And we've got this fight between two undefeated flyweights here. This is going to be an interesting one. This guy's got good punch accuracy, which again always makes fights interesting. So let's see round one. Might not be a knockout too quickly in the flyweight division. Oh, maybe there will be. Great first round for Rodriguez. He broke his left hand, though, in the first round. That's never good. Another good round for Rodriguez. He's chasing the finish, and he gets it in round three. Impressive display there from Luis Rodriguez over Johan Brito. Everyone's going to be calling Brito a fraud after that, I'm sure, getting the title shot at only 50-0. And honestly, he might be. That punch accuracy. The chin and the punch accuracy probably made him entertaining, but I don't know if it really deserved the title shot. And this is going to be a killer of a super lightweight world title. I feel like super lightweight is kind of an underrated division. Let's see. Sorry. Do we have any super lightweights? We do not. Let's see what's going on in that division. I'm kind of curious, weirdly. Super lightweight. Yeah, Rufat Muratov, right? It's Rufat Muratov's division. He's fighting Rafael Hartman, who's a very good contender from Minnesota, it seems. Current North American super lightweight champion. Let's see. Hartman is the bigger man. Muratov is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And he puts on a good show in the first round. And in the second as well. Big third for Hartman. Big fourth for Hartman. Uh-oh, Muratov in trouble. Hartman imposing his will a bit here. Muratov striking back, but he's out of energy. It took a lot out of him just to get those blows in. And he's out of energy already in the sixth round. He's going to have to fight off the back foot and try to steal rounds. Hartman is way ahead. No punches from Muratov. They might be thinking about stopping this. His corner. And then he gets knocked down and knocked out at Rafael Hartman with an incredible statement win. He is a very big super lightweight, an 80-inch reach with good punch accuracy and good defensive skills can go a long way, and it's a defensive American boxer who is a super lightweight champion. 29-4. Those 4 losses, but got him to where he is now. Nearly an undisputed super lightweight world champion. And, do I care that much about this fight? I mean, Martin Davila might win it. I'm not that interested in this strawweight fight. Is this one going to be any good? Roger Mascara versus Oda. Not even going to try. He said trying. Chichelisvili. I'm not going to say that over and over again. Otar is going to be his name. He's actually pretty good, though. He lost this European title, the bantamweight title, to Alex Rice. But he's got 15 KOs. So let's see if Mascara can stay undefeated. Knockdown for Otar. That's going to swing the fight a little bit. Might give him that round. But it's still a lead for Mascara. But Otar is making him work for it. He's putting in damage. And there's the KO. Mascara clutched up. Mascara locked in. Never mind. Roger Mascara and very much still. Let's keep it moving. Wait, you know what? We had a new round of amateurs, I think, so maybe some of our guys can sign. No, I'm wishful thinking. Maybe there's somebody in the free agent list. Maybe there's a really good amateur we can sign at a free agency. Roque Harris. I don't see anybody. I don't see any of those top dudes here available to sign immediately, unfortunately. Trayshawn Washington, no. More amateurs heading to the pros. We're going to have to take another look. You guys are going to hate me. Here we go. Time to find out nothing. You're like, get to the fight. We want to see the Wid fight. No! Man, look at this one coming up before the Wid fight, though. Ain't that a banger? And one more look here. It's not going to be anything. No hope or optimism. I've looked at Roque Harris 10 times now. It's not going to be a new person. It's not going to be a new guy. There's not going to be some crazy 0-0. Amateur champion. Nope. Okay. Alright then. Next. Antonio Asin. Sean Steele from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Let's see. Anthony Rios obviously needs a new fight. I love Anthony Rios, man. Anthony Rios is becoming one of my favorites. Big first round knockdown by Carl. Man, oh man. And the challenger, Ling. Wow. Wish we would have watched that fight on slow. One of the first times I can truly say that. Carl gets the knockdown in round 1. But Ling, with such an aggressive attack in round 2 with 5 big power punches, it only took 19 punches. But it's enough to stop Michael Carl. That's incredible. I think both these guys don't have great take punishment. It's kind of amazing they made it as far as a world welterweight title fight. I guess it goes to the testifies to their ring IQ, their shared ring IQ and punching accuracy. I don't really understand how these two guys, actually looking at their attributes, are up there, but that's, I guess, what's fun about this game. I mean, Ling is huge. Ling is a big dude. That's about it. We've got our fight next. We've got our big event here, Tony Seals versus Raskar Wid. That is a banger. That is very much a fight. Incredible development there. Fitch versus Seals is still a possibility, but it's looking more and more. I mean, who will be the main guy in that fight, right? Will it be Fitch or will it be Seals? Who will be actually the headliner? Will it be Seals versus Fitch or Fitch versus Seals if that fight does ever happen? If it does ever happen. If it ever happens. Now let's see. We are going to upgrade some fighters. That seems very necessary. It seems like that part of the night. And I feel I'm just progressing very slowly. Speaking very slowly this episode. I could be right. I could be wrong. But it is what it is. I'm a yapper. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing this. Talking over myself playing Boxing Manager. But it's all just part of the plan. It is just a Wednesday night. And we are chilling, playing Boxing Manager. And trying to upgrade our fighters who don't seem to want to be upgraded that much. Jose Edwards, no. I feel like we can't upgrade anybody. Like, what the hell? Fred Morales needs, come on. Like, really? Max Rice lost. Nope. I feel like maybe it's time to do this, because our guys aren't upgrading as much as I would like. So we're going to go to this gym, and we're going to upgrade it. And I don't really care about the size of the gym. What is this number here? 12,9000. I think that's only 1 million. Oh, it would lower the maximum, though. Wait, so the current maximum is 15. So our current size is medium, so we might not be able to afford that update. But being well equipped would cost 990,000. State of the art would be 3 million. So we're going to upgrade it to state of the art. And that is going to help us massively. That's very important. I don't know why we didn't do that. The name of this episode could very well be State of the Art Gym, because we just upgraded our main gym to state of the art, and that is a huge move. And I think we might also want to upgrade our other gym, because we still have $14 million. And it's still only basic. And if we want our guys to develop into championship level fighters, it can't just be basic. It's got to be. So it's small, and then it's small, I think, is weight. Yeah, small and... I'm confused. I guess we can upgrade it to 15, fine. And that will also be 3 million, I see, yes. And we'll do that one too. And we'll have 11 million. Or 10 million, whatever. But that's a huge step in the save. Hopefully it even helps us sign better fighters. I'm not even going to try to think about signing better fighters off the rankings until I get at least an established champion. We're getting a rematch between Lovett and Tiranov. Don't know if I mentioned that. Tiranov has been involved in some of the best fights in the save, man. I don't know if we watched. No, we didn't watch the KO of Saad because he's climbing his way back up the rankings. But after the loss to Lovett, but wow, we didn't see that second Ramiro Alim fight. They rematched that absolute classic of a Ramiro Alim fight. That's not surprising at all. But it wasn't for a title, so we didn't see it. And we're going to start the event. Randy Dale versus Emmanuel Williams. Randy Dale is leading off this card. This card must be unholy stacked. It is. Kind of a funny order. I mean, McCreary versus Fuda going second kind of makes sense. Edwards, third, I don't really know about. I think he is undefeated, though. He's weirdly undefeated. He has bad defense, but he's undefeated. All right, Dale versus Williams. This should be a good one to start us off. Okay. Just a crazy fight so far, but Dale's in control. He's taking a little more damage than I'd want, but he's got this guy completely out of energy and battered, and he's landing the better shots. He's going to chase the win here at the end. It's just a unanimous decision. I'm a little disappointed, but it's still a good win for Randy Dale. It was kind of set up for him to be a KO, but it's not bad. It's another win on the record. Maybe he wasn't too jazzed up about fighting on the bottom of the undercard. Jose Edwards was, though. He just dispatched Kevin Sanchez. Didn't even let him throw a punch. 24-0. If you get blown out 24-0 in football, it's bad. If you get blown out 24-0 in basketball, well, that just doesn't happen. If you got blown out 24-0 in baseball, I think it happened to the Yankees once in like 2004. Remember, I think it was Cleveland. They came into Yankee Stadium and beat us. No, it was 22-0. But whatever, it's really bad. Hockey, I don't think that's ever even happened. Soccer, if it's happened, it was like Italy playing against the Vatican or something. It was like Italy versus San Marino, Spain versus Monaco, something like that. If it's 24-0 in boxing, you just got your ass kicked. So I think that might even be the worst one possible to lose 24-0. But Jose Edwards is apparently a beast because he's 4-0 with 4 knockouts, and that was a very impressive display. Lamont Williams versus Louis. I keep saying Belladonna. Louis Belladonna Morgan. No, it's just Louis Bedalla Morgan. Louis Bedalla Morgan, who just had a very good first round because I mispronounced his name. Lamont Williams needs to show up or I'm going to fire him. There we go. Right as I say that, he gets a knockdown. Can you finish the fight? He's in the lead. And let's go to the body. Go to the body. Ooh, nice. That natty style. That natty style. Pile on that pressure. Pile on. Oh, yeah. And Lamont Williams. Lamont Williams. With another dub. With another W. Kenneth Rocha versus Jose Escobar. Oh, wow. Big round from Escobar. Derocha needs to pick it up. Derocha needs to find something. I remember I said when I scheduled this fight that it will be a tough one for him to get a knockout, continue that knockout streak in, and that's certainly proving true. He needs to cover up here. Wow. Derocha in trouble. We're going to have to go for broke. Absolutely no other choice. That's DeRocha's default mode, though, I feel like. Not good. DeRocha gets knocked out. 12-4. That's going to happen to Keenan DeRocha. He's not a defensive fighter. But that's disappointing. I wonder if DeRocha can move weight classes. I think we should probably check on weight changes for, I don't know, can Max Rice? Max Rice might be a little small. I mean, we can maybe change him down to flyweight. He's choosing, he's at 18 fights of his weight. There's no real positive effect. He'd be changing up to bantam, and I don't necessarily know that's a good change. And it says that a weight change down. It says a positive effect on positive effect on punch power. What happens if we click this button? No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to just hit confirm. No. I'm not going to do it because it has a negative effect on stamina and resistance. I want him to take more losses at this level. I want him to prove to me that he isn't good enough at this level before I make a change like that, to be perfectly honest. Jose Edwards, contract. 5 fight for Jose. Nicely done. Edwards versus Estrella. McCreary versus Fuda. Start the fight. Come on, Frankie. You got to be more psychotic than that. You have to be more completely insane than that. Rip this guy's head off. There we go. Man, he didn't like that. This is a close fight. These guys are kind of going at it. Let's pile on some pressure. I want there to be a go for broke round. I feel like this fight almost calls for a go for broke. Go to the body. Be dangerous. Let's go. Take some lumps back the other way. We didn't even care. This is a Frankie Edwards fight. He's going to go undefeated, and he's going to go undefeated dangerous. Let's go. What work from Frankie. He's winning this fight, too. Pile it on. Try to get the finish. Oh, I didn't get the KO, but Frankie Edwards with a nice win there. That was entertaining, too. Frankie Edwards puts butts in seats, man. Let's go Psycho. Let's go Psycho. McCreary versus Fuda. Should be an easy one for McCreary. Tied round. Oh, come on. What was that? Ha! What was that? That's what Fuda's corner is saying. Oh, man. Beautiful KO from McCreary in the co-main. Love it. McCreary proving that he's got some box office to him. And now it's time for the big main event. Tony Seals versus Rastgar Wid. The former. Was he undisputed? He was the former something. Let me take a look at this. It's got to be right here, right? Yeah. The former WBC, WBA, World Middleweight Champion, Rastgar Wid. All right. Tony Steele versus Rastgar Wid. Big stamina on Wid. Come on, really? There we go. And good punch accuracy, so you know he's dangerous. But Seals can say the same thing. Tony Seals, it's really a matter of if he shows up or not. Let's be real. Let me see some XP growth on him. Let's boost that conditioning before this one. All right, here we go. Rastgar Wid has low takes punishment, so let's see if we can get power shots and anything can happen. Round the first. The moment we have all been waiting for. Gets Wid up against the ropes. Good start for Seals. Good start to the first round at the very least. Heavy punches back. Back to center ring. Wid with big shots. Wid with very big shots. Dealing damage to Seals here. Seals fighting back. Wid with more punches, and it's a bad first round for Tony Seals. What do we do? Do we jab and move here? I don't think so. I want to set up pile on pressure. That's where I want to be. I want to be piling on pressure. I'm going to be mad if I don't get to, because he's got low takes punishment and I want to hit him. There we go. And now he's teeing off. Now he's really teeing off. This fight's going to be stopped. Seals needs to finish it, and he does. Tony Seals finishes Raskar Witt in the second round, and he's 21-0. Look at Tony Seals fly. He is going to be way up those middleweight rankings, and I'm telling you what, Seals versus Fitch is looking more and more likely every single day, as a matter of fact, for the middleweight division. We've got this Lovett versus Tiranov fight next week. I love this game. Constant action. Y'all think this game is boring. It's just constant action. Always something going on. Always something cooking up. What do we have? Oh, yeah, we have this little showcase this week. But we're going to do... Well, we just did a show. So we'll do another show now and then the title fight. Hopefully remember. Just makes it easier to section the videos. Allison versus Rolly Andrade. I should have put it on faster. This is not a super interesting fight, to be honest with you. Come on, they're all interesting fights, but you know what I mean. Round 2. Got distracted by my phone. I definitely didn't get distracted by my phone. Never happens. Allison banging away. Good win for Allison. Okay, wait, he's not going to finish. Andrade, no, he is. He's going to finish. And there we go. Isaac Allison gets the win in round 2. And a knockout for Emmanuel Lopez. Impressive. Setting him up and knocking him down. Kind of a setup fight for Lopez, but he needs wins. Took a tough 6-round loss. So good to get him back on his feet. Lots of damage here from Thomas Young, chasing the target down. The young New York City fighter. We're excited about this guy. Landed big shots. Fun to see him work. Keep chasing that dude around the ring. Keep chasing that dude around the ring and punching him. He's hitting us back. He doesn't like being chased around the ring, but we're too good. We are too good. Come on, finish it. Wow, he hasn't finished it yet. All right, we're going to put it on fastest and get out of here. I don't know why I'm watching all these fights on fast. Pile on pressure, baby. Finish it. There we go. Thank you. All right, next. All right, Sarnoy. We got to be excited for this one. Finished in the first round. That's what a 90-inch reach does for you. 3-0, baby. Check. Showcase of boxing talent over. Time for Lovett versus Tiranov. Man, that was a quick fight. This guy's impressive, huh? Let's just take a second to admire Dimash Sarnoy. We got to come up with a nickname for him. It's just the chin. It's not just the chin. It's the takes punishment, too. He's going to lose some. He's going to lose some. I dread. I hope that he can keep some semblance of relevancy in the heavyweight division with a chin that's going to get cracked relatively quickly. Lovett versus Tiranov. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lovett beats Tiranov. Action-packed fight, but Lovett was ahead the whole time. Tiranov tried really hard there in that third round, but it's a quick victory for Lovett, and Tiranov, for all of his talent and all of his skill, just can't seem to figure out Andy Lovett. It's like Alexander Usyk and anyone. It's like how every other heavyweight in the division feels about Usyk. And I noticed this when we get the state-of-the-art gym upgrade. You're suddenly going to see your fighters get a lot of upgrades suddenly. And what are these fights? Oh, wow, not for a while. Okay. So some good fights, but they're not for like a month. There are some good fights tonight for us, though. This is about to be an event here. Cotrill versus Heinz Lessman. And again, like those fighters that we see early in the save showing up now, it's so cool, man. It's such a great little universe. You know, you see somebody like Heinz Lessman when you're scouting the heavyweight division in the first episode, and they seem so far away. And it's awesome to see how some of these fighters have progressed already throughout the save, with Heinz Lessman being, you know, a title contender, fighting against, actually holding the heavyweight title at the start of the save. That's why we remember him so clearly. Pulas and Frelly, and then that loss to James Ray, establishing James Ray as the champion, as I predicted it would. He comes back and wins the European title over Flavio Frelly, and then loses again to James Ray. But Lessman continuing to march on after the heartbreak of those two very separated and I'm sure difficult losses, mentally even, to James Ray. It would be very hard to lose to the same fighter twice like that, for sure. But here we go. They're not fighting right now. We've got the undercard to watch. Pena versus Beppu. Pena, rather. Raymond Pena from Portland, Oregon. And that is an excellent second round. Garcia versus Frost. You are fighting a snowman who is 4-15. Chase down that W. Chase down that victory. 17 punches to 0 in round 5. Incredibly impressive work. Kareem Ramos. Just beating up on Warren. Great effort there from Ramos. Again, kind of a gimme fight, but it's the undercard. Flores versus Song. This might be an entertaining fight. Heavyweight bout here. 10 rounds. Ooh, first round knockout from David Flores. Proving that he still has it. He didn't like being that far down in the undercard. He wanted to prove he was a little more special than that. We'll remember to put Flores, the man from Placenta, the veteran of the promotion, give him a little more respect in the future. Cortez Ochoa is just kind of crazy. He's just kind of a psychopath. He's just aggressive. He's not even like smart or anything. So this guy's kind of scary. Hopefully Darius Mitchell can figure this guy out. He got knocked down. I saw it. Sorry, we were on the wrong screen. So he knocks us down and we get up at the count of 9. I don't like that at all. It's only a welterweight fight. Mitchell's lost a fight. He's got 9 KOs. I like that, though. Let's jab and move. We're better than this guy. Let's use his aggression against him. I like that. Let's do it for another round. Nice. Just sitting on jab and move. Let's go to the body. Okay. Natural style. Hopefully he doesn't hit us too big. He hit us a little big there. We're going back to jab and move. Use your energy chasing us around while I jab you. Nice. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. We need to be a little more on jab and move in general, but I will be when our fighters are just better. You know what I mean? When our fighters are really a lot better than the opposition, and that was an impressive fight there from Darius Mitchell. 2-1. Williams against Ormrod, fighting sort of a fight where he's fighting a guy who's a little of a just a level down version of himself. This guy's a lot like Williams, but he's just a little worse. Hopefully that proves. Lots of damage from him, though. He didn't like that I said that. Maybe we do jab and move. I think we're going to go to the body and try to win that energy advantage. I don't know. He did. Oh, we got stopped. Uh-oh. Wow. Williams. Didn't like that. I talked all that smack about that guy. He's just a little worse. He's just a little worse than Williams. Is he? Doesn't seem like that now. Flores, you're getting a 5 fight. I love you. You guys think he's a mid-heavyweight. Stop it. First heavyweight on the roster. He might even be the first fighter we ever signed. I feel like I disrespected him putting him that fight on the undercard, but it speaks more to how good our roster is. Ramos, 21 years old. Garcia, also with the state-of-the-art gym, we can take chances on some more project fighters. Guys who maybe are young and have a higher potential, rather than trying to go after just solely the best fighters we can find. But there's nothing wrong with just going after the best fighters we could fight, of course. Contract, here we go, Manuel Lopez. He doesn't want to resign. He's only got 1 fight left. He's coming off a win. That sucks. Because the game's just going to cut him. And I hope it tells me. I hope it tells me that his contract ends. That's all I can say. Because I might not remember that. And he's gonna go. But we have more fights on this card. Hopefully we don't lose that fighter. Irvin versus Jenkins. Irvin fighting decently fine on the card. Unnervin Steven Irvin versus Greg Jenkins. Let's go. At super middle. Super mid. I think he's lost every round so far. He definitely lost he definitely lost that round. What are we doing? Let's jab and move. We're going back to the jab and move well here. I want to see you box. Thank you. Keep boxing. That's not boxing. Go to the body. Okay, box like a normal person and then pile on pressure. Nice round. Go for broke. We're going to go fast because that was a crazy round. Look at that. Huge work from Irvin, but we need to go absolutely for broke. Big punches. He's attacking. He gets countered, obviously. He's going for broke. They're both connecting. Jenkins has more energy. Irvin's still landing shots. Jenkins landing, Irvin landing. They're going wild in this round. Makes sense. We've almost got Jenkins stopped. Is the ref going to stop it? No. What do we do? I think we go on jab and move. Weirdly, box. We can still hit him. We can still do damage on jab and move. We can still do damage. I don't know if we're ahead in the fight. We need to get the finish. Can we get the finish? The ref stops it. Let's go. Jab and move was a little risky, but we got the finish. And Steve Irvin with a tough, gritty win there. A crazy close fight. He lost the first 4 rounds, but it never quite felt like he was out of it. And you know that he's good. You know that he's a talented fighter. And ultimately, he braved the storm and came through with a 10th round TKO. And we've got Fred Morales looking to extend his undefeated record. Now at 10-0. Feels like a lot more than that. That's just because he's good. Let's see if Fred can keep it going. Win or loss, it's pretty easy to lose in these lighter weight classes, but he's avoiding 6 rounders for now. Haven't seen him in a 6 rounder. And Morales gets the round 1 win. Let's go to fastest. Uh-oh. Good round for Morales, but it's very even fight. This is a crazy fight right now. We're going to go to the body as a trademark of the lighter weight classes. Good body work from Morales to start the round. Parker then comes back and inserts himself into the round before Morales gets a knockdown, and Parker struggles to his feet at the count of 9. So almost the end of the fight there for Parker. Almost said the challenger. This is not a title fight. Good start to the round from Parker. Lots of damage on Morales. I think we're going to jab and move. He's exhausted. I don't think he can follow us. He did follow us. We're going to go pile on pressure then. Get right in his face, see what happens. We get another knockdown and we get the finish. There we go. Keep it simple. We pile on pressure with Morales and we get the win. He is now 11-0 with 10 KOs. And it's time for the main event. Ricardo Cotrill versus the former heavyweight champion, Heinz Lessman, the one they came to see. Plenty of German fans in the house tonight. Let's go. Good start for Lessman. Always good to start a heavyweight fight. Doing the better work, but Cotrill beginning to find his range. Nice work from Cotrill back. Lessman answering, and Cotrill lands the better shots at the end of the round to probably take the round. Good start for Cotrill. Big work back from Lessman. Lessman with 8 unanswered punches. It's pretty even in terms of the work done. Lessman hitting hard. Lessman continuing to pour on the punishment. And it's a good round for Heinz Lessman. Cotrill. Cotrill needs to show me something here. He's not providing volume. He's not getting damaged that much, but there's no volume. He's not boxing. He's not throwing anything, and he's not controlling the distance and the range. Lessman is just incomplete. What was that? No punch power. No, you have 19 aggression. You didn't throw a punch in that round. What do I even do? What do I even tell you to do? You know? I mean, I feel like I kind of have to go to the body. I don't feel like it's actually a good option. We power punch him right in the gut to start the round, I would assume, but he punches us right back, unsurprisingly. Hopefully we don't get KO'd in this round. We're getting in his range. Do we have some kind of reach advantage here? We don't. He's a big dude, and he won that round too. We didn't tire him out. We're going to natural style, and then we're just going to desperation pile on pressure. And we're probably going to get knocked out doing that, a la Daniel Dubois against Anthony Joshua. But I don't know that. Lessman just keeps beating us up. the Cotrill haters who are like, every time that you say that, oh, he's 15-1-2, that's 18 fights and he's got 1 loss. They all feel very vindicated right now. This man needs to throw punches. Like, smother inside might be an okay strategy. It's a heavyweight fight. But he's not throwing punches, and I need to tell him to throw punches. Like, I'm just going to go for broke at some point now. We're going to have to cover up in the next round. I mean, it's a different instruction. Look, we have no energy. This fight's pretty much over. Let's just come on. This is a wash. Okay, we're going to have to go. Now we're going to have to go smother inside. And then it's going to be some mix of... I'm gonna go. Let's go plant your feet, which will probably get us knocked out. It got us damaged pretty heavy, and then we're gonna go for broke, and that'll probably get us knocked out. It doesn't, but it's a very lopsided win for Heinz Lessman. That was a very unimpressive effort from Ricardo Cotrill right there. We gave him a big heavyweight fight in front of a full arena, and he got outpunched 141-56. Heinz Lessman showing that he is very much still a factor in the heavyweight division. And that was very much, at least seemingly on the surface right now, a fraud check on Ricardo Cotrill. He's going to have to get up somewhere in the 20s in wins to impress me again, because that 15-2-2 is not looking good after that loss to Lessman. I fear that I'm going to look back at his record in the future, because, like, look, he doesn't have that many impressive wins. Let's be real. It's a lot of setups. Lamana might be okay. He loses to Carls, who's definitely a good fighter. He draws John, who's a good fighter. He beats Rodriguez. He beats Nava, who might be okay. Cantillo might be an okay win. It's an okay knockout. And then Cotrill, he barely beat. Cotrill's not that good. Burrell, he KO'd. I'm not sure how good Burrell is. He's got a terrible chin. And then Lessman, who's the first really real level of competition he's ever faced, and who, in my opinion, isn't actually that good. Really one-sided beating of him. So, like, I'm looking at David Flores and how underappreciated he is. And those 3 losses, and I'm like, who really is the better fighter here? And it really might be a case of if we can set up a Flores versus Cotrill matchup, I think that might be the fight to make. The problem is Cotrill is now injured for 9 weeks because he just took an ass-whooping. An absolutely brutal one-sided beatdown. This is going to be a fun WBA World Light Heavyweight title. Bill Donnelly versus Badu Cody is going to be a banger, man. That's a run back. Of course it is. Bill Donnelly's still undefeated. Yeah. They've fought before. He's beat Wid, Cody, and Fitch in a row. Crazy. And then he's going to try to beat Cody again. That's in 1 week? No, it's in a while. We have a lot of fights to schedule, though. But I'm really excited about the prospect of that heavyweight scrap. I think it's really going to settle a lot of things. Mainly, it's almost like a scouting report. It's almost like when you're just saying, tell me who's better. Tell me who's better, I need to know. And that's really when these in-house fights get made. When you're in a situation where you're like, you got to tell me which fighter is better than the other. Reggie Quebec is a badass name. Reggie Quebec is such a cool name. Superfly. All right. This fight's this week. This one's going to be fun. I like Dwayne Little. Dwayne Little had a crazy upset win, I remember. He's kind of a... His attributes aren't that great, but he's a champ, you know? You know what it is. Yeah, he beat Mehdi Yusupov twice. He lost Yusupov by KO, and then somehow got a rematch, and then beat him twice. Yusupov's still out here. He's trying to recover from those 2 losses. It's going to be hard for Yusupov. I'm following Yusupov. I love Yusupov because he... I'm going to follow him. You can follow fighters. I haven't done that. I should really be doing that more. Yusupov, I'll follow Dwayne Little, too. I need to follow fighters serially, actually. But Yusupov has had a really cool multi-division career, I think. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. But he just went all the way up to oh, no, sorry. Bro, that was Dwayne Little. I think Yusupov has had a multi-division career. Yes, he has. He's had a crazy multi-division career. Title fights against a ton of different great fighters. Multi-belt sort of stuff. And then he grinds all the way up to WBA and then loses the WBA to Dwayne Little. And that was a big part of his fall off, losing twice in a one belt title fight. The game doesn't like that. The simulation, this game just doesn't like it. It's going to rank you way down, and he's going to have to battle back. Luckily, he's still 28, even with all that mileage on him. So it's such a crazy, decorated career for him. And Dwayne Little is winning this fight right now. And Juraseo? Derek versus Dwayne. Derek doing good work here. He's almost got Dwayne finished. He's obviously hitting really hard. Light heavyweights can do that. It's impressive that Dwayne Little is still in there after that 19-punch round from Derek. And look at Dwayne Little with the knockout, man. He's got that in him. He's got that special something. He can pull those knockouts out of nowhere, and he just did it again. And Reno, Nevada will have nothing to celebrate tonight. And we've got Bill Donnelly versus Cody. Now that's in 2 weeks. We're gonna schedule our fights first. All right, it is booking time. It is absolutely booking time for Seals and Fitch. We've got another title fight for Fitch. Wow, didn't expect that against Huseynov. 24-0 Bulgarian. Listen, it's for 2 belts. Who are we to pass this up? But at the same time, little kicker here, we're going to lose the fight. I mean, he's not going to win. I mean, maybe he could knock him out. I get 19 defense, better stamina than us, better ring IQ, importantly. But listen, I mean, we're a better puncher, and I could gamble on that. But do I want to hand Fitch another loss? I can't lie. Compared to these other matchups, I kind of don't care. The Seals matchup doesn't make sense, but wouldn't it make more sense to put Seals against Huseynov if he could go against Huseynov? Why am I looking at Fitch? Why wouldn't Seals fight Huseynov? Because they don't want him to. Huseynov wants to fight Fitch. I wonder why. I wonder why Huseynov would rather fight Fitch than Seals. You know what? Looking at that, I see right through your trap. Absolutely not. I'm not making that fight. No, Huseynov. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to add a loss to Fitch's record for no reason. Some people are going to be mad at that. Oh, he's a better puncher. He could have won a title. Fitch will have another chance to win a title. Fitch will have a chance to win the title when Seals is the champion, which he doesn't have an opportunity to do right now. The only thing he can fight for is the South American title. Yeah, the South American middleweight title that he's not eligible for. So we're going to make a fight for Tony Seals. Fitch is a whole other thing. It still sucks they're in the same division. We could, of course, have them fight each other, but I'm not stupid. Now is not the time. Raskar Witt is still incredibly dangerous. He's just way down the list now because we beat him. Who's this guy? He doesn't want to fight us. Is this guy good? He is good. Wow. This guy's kind of an underrated middleweight. Watch out for this guy. How old is he? Kind of a long record. Only 27. Yeah, this guy could be a factor. I'm not seeing a lot of other exciting fighters. So let's just go. Let's just make this thing for Seals, huh? Andre Foster. This is a banger. They literally have the exact same number of fights. It's kind of a match made in heaven. You might say it's a little early, but Foster's not that good. I kind of want to fraud check him. I mean, he's got that stamina, ring IQ, punch accuracy thing going on, and the reach advantage. So we're gonna have to try to get inside and go to the body, or plant our feet, maybe even. But I'm kind of liking the challenge, and I'm not seeing anything else. This guy is probably not as dangerous, but he's not as high ranked. I think Andre Foster is just the obvious fight. I think I'm going to stop talking my way around it and just book it, because that's a fun fight. 4 weeks is kind of nuts. 4 weeks? Like, are they... like right now? Like, we're doing this right now. Can we upgrade Fitch? We can't, unfortunately. I want more XP, man. I made my gym state of the art. I want my XP. I made my gym state of the art. Now I want my XP. Toronto, Usainov, Seals. I am tripping. Fitch is not fighting Andre Foster. What is wrong with me? Dude, Seals, Foster, lock in. 4 weeks. It's just so soon. It's just so soon. We could have it in New York. We could have it in Philly. We could have it in Jersey. The Bridgeport Fieldhouse. The iconic. We can have it in Oakland for some reason. Never the Barclays Center. I hate the Barclays Center, man. I hate the Barclays Center. Let's do the Prudential Center. I've been to the Prudential Center. It's weirdly like actually is a little I like it a little more than the Barclays Center, which is funny because I'm pretty sure that's the arena the Nets left to Brooklyn for. Can they go back? Like, the Barclays Center kind of sucks, man. I've only been there once. I saw Iron Maiden there. I get how it could be like an intimidating playoff environment because it's black, right? Everything's just black. It's actually an okay boxing venue. I know the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach fight was there. So it like, again, because it's an intimidating space. I don't know if I've ever seen a UFC fight at the Barclays Center. It might be good for UFC too. But like the location is horrible. It really doesn't fit the place that it's at. And I don't know what was there before, but whatever was there before, I dearly miss it. I don't even know. I didn't really go to Brooklyn a lot. I grew up in Manhattan. I didn't really go to Brooklyn a lot until I was like in my college years. I didn't really have friends from Brooklyn until like I was in my 20s. So I didn't really go to Brooklyn often or that part of Brooklyn. So I don't really know what was there before the Barclays Center. But if people in Brooklyn complain about it and miss it, they're still like, oh, the Barclays Center ruined our neighborhood. I don't doubt it. Because first off, it's a really ugly building on the outside. It's a really ugly building on the outside. That little public square area in front of it is just like, it just sucks. It just sucks. It's just like that little area. It's one of the worst parts of New York, man. The exit of Atlantic Ave coming up into the Barclays Center. I just hate it. It's like the Models, the Shake Shack. It's like just around the corner. It's Park Slope. It's one of the cutest neighborhoods in New York, and it's like why is this here? Like, you know. It's right, and also it's like a highway. It's one of those parts of New York where it's like it can't decide if it's it's like the street that I live on. It can't decide if it's a highway or if it's just a regular street. As a siren wails outside of my window. You know, there's a lot of streets like that in New York. I used to work on Queens Boulevard. Bless my soul, bless my mental health. God, Queens Boulevard, same exact thing. Like 6 lanes. People go 60 miles an hour. But there's like pedestrian crosswalks. Like on regular street intervals. And people get run over all the time because it can't decide whether it's a highway or a street. And the Barclays Center has 2 of those. Like going around it. It's such a weird part of New York, man. It's such a weird part of Brooklyn. Some modern development is just like... You know, there are a lot of places that look great. There are a lot of really beautiful parts of New York City that have benefited from all this ridiculous amount of real estate development, but some of it just straight sucks. And the Barclays Center is one of the examples of it. It really is. It's not the area around that arena. It's not like crime or anything. It's just aesthetically. It's just, I hate being there. I hate being there. Like, it's just one of those parts of New York. As a New Yorker, like, oh, stay away. I don't even know. Nah, I'd rather go to the Barclays Center than Times Square. I would rather have gone to that Lamont Roach fight. I call it a Lamont Roach fight instead of a Tank Davis fight. I'd rather go to that. I hate Tank Davis. Lamont Roach fight. Sorry. He beats women. That's why. Not to get too into that. But I hate Tank Davis. I would have rather gone to that Lamont Roach fight at the Barclays Center than that Ryan Garcia fight in Times Square, but I hate Ryan Garcia too. So, you know, I only hate the boxers that are bad people. It's actually a really easy sport to decide who you like, you know, because you can like the fighters who are good people. Like, you know, there's a lot of fighters who are bad people. You go to the personal life section of their Wikipedia page and you're like, you know. And there's a lot of guys where, they just have a checkered history where, like, they have some incidents. It's just a touchy part of boxing. It's a touchy part of the sport because boxing is, there's so many people who come from such underprivileged backgrounds and who come from nothing. Yeah, it's a sport where maybe even the very highest percentage of people come from poverty. It may be damn near 100% of like professional boxers come from some kind of poverty. Well, not Logan or Jake Paul. There's a few examples. There's of course celebrity boxers. I'm sure that's not true. There are probably rich, like, boxing hobbyists in the modern world. I don't doubt that at all. That's a little annoying. I don't know. Who knows? I might turn into one of those one day. I have no idea where my life is going to go. That's why I'm playing Boxing Manager on my YouTube channel. Can we schedule this fight? Y'all are like, can this dude stop yapping and goddamn schedule this fight, dude? Holy. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad that we can do Fitch. That Fitch can fight for the belt, but Seals can't. Okay. All right, McCreary. Demetrius Johnson. Let's go. What a fight. Yo, he grew like 9 inches. His arms got like 15 inches longer, and he took up an entirely new sport. What a goat. And he's 15-4. That's respectable. That's a respectable record. That's a respectable record. Big heavyweight tilt. I'm actually going to have this be second on the card of the Fitch fight, because I got to show some respect to David Flores at some point. Rios has big fights. Ludwig Haupt. A couple undefeated guys. Okay, nobody wants to fight him, though. People are avoiding Anthony Rios like the plague for some reason. He's not that good. Sergio Moron. That's mean. Sergio Monson. That's not that close to Moron. I feel mean. Moron. That's closer to Moron. Moran Milosevic. He has no chin. He has no takes punishment. He has a little takes punishment. 6 isn't nothing. 6 isn't nothing. You're not going to get like whooped immediately with 6 takes punishment. I'm trying to find somebody ranked that isn't an absolute monster in the cruiserweight division, man. Nah, Diaz is a monster. None of these guys want to fight me. This guy doesn't. None of the undefeated guys want to fight me. Why is it so easy to go undefeated at cruiserweight? I feel like this is the funnest fight. He's ranked by everybody. This is totally the funnest fight. Zoran Milosevic, I think, is how it would be pronounced. Milosevic. Elia Rosario, that's too big of a risk. He's a huge dude. Let's go. 6'6" cruiserweight. Move up. Move up to heavy, please. For the sake of the division. I can't believe Frankie Edwards is still undefeated. Has he fought Paul Vera before? Why is there no one high ranked for Frankie Edwards? They just don't respect Frankie Edwards at all. I mean, Frankie Edwards might just end up being one of those fighters where he just has like a trillion wins for no reason. Because like, he isn't even like climbing the rankings at all. But he's knocking everybody out almost. He's got a ton of wins. He's putting together an impressive resume, at least. Frankie Edwards. Let's see. We need somebody in the top 75. Paul Vera. No, I don't want to put him as the main event, bruh. What the hell? Here. There. Who was it? Frankie, we got to go back to this fight quick. Who was it? Who did we pick? It was Paul Vera. Yeah, let's go. Add it. All right. We're cooking. Keenan DeRocha. Keenan DeRocha can fight ranked dudes. He can fight Carlos Meta. That's kind of a banger. Let's go. Easy. Max Rice. We're putting all the boys on here. Wait a minute. What the hell? The North American title. All right, dude. Max Rice versus Fred Morales. Oh, man. I mean, what's another loss to Max Rice? What's another loss to Max Rice? Nah, Max Rice needs a main event now, I guess. We can make 3 cards. You can do a Max Rice main event. That'd be dope. I'm totally down with that. But yeah, let's put Fred Morales. Let's give Fred Morales another easy one. Let's be kind of careful. This guy's number 76. We'll beat him. We'll win that one. And then we'll get Kareem Ramos versus Vaughn Walker, just because he has a cool name. He's also undefeated. Wow, we can put Sarnoid this high up a card already. He's got a top 200 guy in Jose Luis Halili, and we'll do it. Rico Hartman. We'll give him it's his first fight. Yeah, just kill that guy. I have been excited about Hartman for a long time. Pena versus Rodarte. That'll round out that card. How many fights total? Did I book 13 again? No, 10. That's a few too many. Long card, but whatever. Whatever. I should have spreaded the love around because I have more main events I want to plan. I don't know if I have enough for 2 full events now, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we'll have a 4-fight card with Max Rice. I'm okay with that. Fitch is not going to fight for a title. What is the main event of this going to be? Maybe we make Max Rice the main event, the North American Championship against Antonio Fonseca. Maybe we make that the main event of the evening. Because I don't see... I mean, is there a Fitch fight that could headline? Is there a reason for him to fight Witt again? I feel like that's just an unnecessary risk. Witt's got a division to climb back up. This is the best fight we have. This guy's ranked by everybody. He's the South American champion. So yeah, here's the move. Here's what we're doing. We're doing Max Rice as the main event for the North American Championship. And then just on the theme of North American Championships, we're going to do Andy Fitch. And didn't they have a champion? Yeah. Adolfo Taranto. There we go. Is it Taranto? Toronto? Yeah, Taranto. I would probably pronounce that Toronto when I saw it because I'm from America because I have an American accent. Taranto. Hi, I'm from America. I go around my words like this because I'm from the United States. So I talk like that. Just David Flores. Americans are like, I don't have an accent. They said talking in an accent to everyone else in the world. Justin Figueroa. Even Broken Arrow? Hell yeah, let's do that. I said I was going to give David Flores some respect, and I put him third on the card, of course. And I don't know who else was supposed to headline. I think I just put 2 of my headliners on the same card. Whoopsie, whatever. Henry Polly. This is called chill gameplay. That's what this is called. Jose Edwards, Ray Johnson. You know what, Jose? Just brutalize that dude. Ray Johnson is not going to have a fun night, but whatever. It's Tenochtitlan Cruz again. Ramiro Rodriguez. That's actually kind of a banger. You know what? Why not? Why not? It's a good fight. Why not make it? And then we have these 3 dudes who are probably going to be barking at me to fight somebody. We'll put Lopez. Oh my god. The only guy from North America Lopez can fight is going to cut his head off. How about Wilmer right here? There. Hopefully Emmanuel Lopez can get some more experience like that. Although I'm like leaning on cutting Emmanuel Lopez. He's starting to look like a kind of fighter where it's like, is he really that good? And then Allison versus Charles Jeter, who looks terrible, but let's just get Isaac Allison another win because he's pretty good. And that's going to do it for scheduling. Finally. Do we have some title fights here? In a week, we've got this. It's only for 1 belt. I kind of think I don't care. This guy's from India, which is cool. Long knockout streak. But I don't know if I'm going to watch that fight. It is only for 1 belt. Advance. Donnelly versus Cody on the 6th of November. That's a big fight next week. That's a big rematch next week. That's right. Cruz versus Quebec as well. And then Yusupov versus Velez. Are these all on the same day? What a day for boxing fans in this world. And then you've got Capacha versus Reyes in 2 weeks. And Garvey versus Sora. Man, action-packed month of title fights here. I hope we can do them all in a row. We don't have to go into our next event just for the sake of time-stamping the video. Look at this. You look at all the stuff. Look at how a state-of-the-art gym helps. Look at this. Look at what it's done for Ramiro Rodriguez, just coming right into a state-of-the-art gym out of the amateurs. Ling versus Carl. Is that a run back? Yes, sir. I don't know how Carl got a rematch. He's kind of lucky too. Ling kicked his ass in the first fight. Very one-sided. But you know what? That's what happens when you go up in weight. He went up from super light to welter. So an interesting career for Michael Carl. Oh, I just skipped those fights. Well, I suck. Again, it's easy to hit the big green button. Oh, we've got 3 more. We got a James Ray fight too. We have 3 fights on the 20th as well. What happened in these fights? Kokar won. That's not surprising. 3rd round KO. We just got scheduled. Sutter Yusupov beat John Velez by a 10th round TKO. And Reggie Quebec, a unanimous decision. A narrow unanimous decision over Miguel Cruz. Maybe they'll run that one back. It would have been fun to watch that fight. It's a shame we missed that one. Seems like that was a good one. But you know what? We're going to have title fights next week that we're going to watch before our fight. And I believe it is 3. Yes. So I'm not going to hit the button this time. And we're actually going to get to watch some championship level boxing. That's a shame. It would have been 6 title fights. Wow. We would have been able to fit 6 title fights in there if I didn't hit the big green button. Adam Lovett versus Tijan Mendy from Banjul, Gambia. That's actually like the most suspense you get in this game. It's not the fights. It's am I going to hit the big green button and skip all the title fights? That's the greatest suspense this gameplay will offer. Kapachev kicks Don Reyes' ass in round 1. Kicks his ass in round 2. Starts to kick his ass in round 3, but then Reyes finally wakes up. Kapachev continuing to just pour the pressure on Reyes here. Reyes is incredibly still in there, but he's taken so much punishment. Finally in round 7. The ref comes in and stops it. That was brutal. That was a brutal beatdown by Lerner Kapachev on Don Reyes. Wow, making a statement. Don Reyes, I don't know what's happening here, but he just isn't making the most of those tools he has. He's an incredibly talented fighter. But yeah, 2 times now against Kapachev, he's failed to put it together, and he's continuously failed to put it together at championship level. 2 and 3. Wow. Don Reyes, kind of a tragic story here. We'll see if he can pick his career up. He's got so much talent. Maybe there's still a comeback on the cards for him. It'd be incredible. It would be incredible. Jordan Garvey. You'd think he'd be a big underdog here against Soar. But he is the defending champion. We've seen him do work before. This is an undisputed tilt. Big second round. We're going to go on fast here. This is a crazy fight. Soar did big damage in that last round. Soar definitely the more gifted fighter. But Garvey the more gritty. Garvey the people's champ. In many ways, not exactly the biggest pin shot for knockouts for the Englishman. Or the Scotsman, rather. Soar. Again, starting off the round well. He's got Garvey very damaged, and he's landing big shots. Garvey now. No, he's going to have to defend. He's going to have to put some pressure on her. Soar's going to finish this fight. Garvey landing back. Soar with a jab. He damages Soar. Soar comes back. Is he going to get the finish? The ref stops the fight. Wow, they were exchanging, and the ref stopped the fight, but it is what it is. Garvey. Went on his shield. Some Garvey fans might have think that got stopped a little quickly for an undisputed fight, for him being the undisputed champion. Only 18 seconds left in the round, but he really couldn't hang on. Soar probably just made it rain on him, and the ref stepped in. Ray and Yang. This is a good This is a good challenge here from James Ray from a 9-loss fighter, and Yiping Yang. And this is one of those things where like, this is why you unify. Look, he just wins by points like TKO 10. I don't know how good this guy actually really is. He lost to a 12-loss fighter. He lost to an 8-loss fighter. He lost to a 17-loss fighter for the Asian Championship back in 2024. But he's on a long winning streak since 2025. 2025 into 2027 now, the year we're in. He's on a long winning streak. And he beat a 48-3 fighter in Yanko Rashtan, the former world champ, I believe. So, a guy like this, an experienced veteran like this, James Ray, 39-0. I mean, this is why you unify. This is why you unify your belts when you get them. This is why you try to get that undisputed. Because those 132 million fans could be real fickle, and you're going to have to invest that $55 million you've made when Yiping Yang comes a knocking by unanimous decision in this fight, right? I might even gamble on that. Because let's just be real, it's been a long reign for James Ray. But this guy is an experienced veteran. And he offers a challenge that Ray might not have seen. And if Ray doesn't have a good night, the punch power, the defense, I don't know, the ring IQ here, it makes me believe in Ray. The takes punishment makes me believe in Ray as well. The chin, there's a reason he's undefeated. He hasn't been cracked yet. And Yang, he's got defense, but he doesn't have the aggression and the power combo that you think that might be likely to crack Ray. But all I'm saying is Yang can win this fight by decision. Yang can frustrate Ray. This could be a challenge for Ray. I might even see what the odds are on Yang to win by points. It's 20-1. I'm going to put a mil. Hopefully this doesn't crash the game. Gambling has crashed the game for me before. 1 with 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's $1 million. What are you talking about? I wanted to bet $1 million though. I can't bet more than that. I can only bet 50,000. I can bet $50,000. That's it. All right. I guess we'll get $1 million if he wins by points. Let's see. Not looking like it's going to happen right now, though. We might be down 52K. Because James Ray is piling the pressure on. Yang has nothing to say right now. Yang needs to do something. I talked all that stuff about how Yang might have a chance, and he isn't even throwing punches at James Ray. That's not going to get it done. I don't think that's the strategy. This is a heavyweight title fight. You need to throw some punches. You need to jab a little bit. And Ray continues to work. Yang is throwing back this round. But this is still James Ray's fight right now. This undefeated record doesn't look like it's going anywhere. He came to fight tonight. He did not come to box. He came to fight. And he is fighting. And he is winning the fight. Yang is not here right now. Bleeding from his left eye. Almost out of there. They're in center ring, though, and he just pops a 1-2 on him, and the ref is like, all right, I've seen enough. And I talk all that stuff about how Yang might come in and take the belts from Ray. Ray needs to unify, though. My point stands. I want to see him unify. I want to see him be undefeated because that was a dominant performance. But that was a bad night from Yang. It was Yang who I think had the bad night, not Ray. On the biggest night of his life, on the biggest stage of his career. And unfortunately, that's all the title fights we have. I kind of wanted to watch more, but I hit the big green button. And now we've got our own fights to watch. And we've got Gomez versus Steele here in a week. And Scott versus Masso. All right, so let's get to our fights. Big event this week. Sold out at the Prudential Center. We just booked this. 10 fights. Let's go. Should be a good one. All right, Raymond Pena versus Oscar Rodarte. Really good fight to start off the card here. James Ray at 40-0. Incredible. Always curious to see if a fighter that stays undefeated that long will get to 50-0. It's almost the point of the game. Can you beat the game to getting a fighter to 50-0? There's a lot of ways you could decide to end a save in this game. We're not even close to that, of course. We haven't even won a championship yet. Shows you how much of a grind and a commitment this game really is. It's almost a roguelite. It's almost a roguelite. You don't get level ups. I mean, you do get level ups, but not like that. It's not like Balatro or Balatro, which I haven't played on the channel in a bit, but that'll come back when I feel like it. It's kind of a lot to juggle 3 games. I'm kind of loving Boxing Manager right now. I'm kind of procrastinating the Orioles offseason, truth be. Ooh, and a knockdown for Pena. Rodarte up at the count of 7. Pena finishes him off. Fantastic stuff there from Raymond Pena as he gets his 3rd consecutive win to start his career and the much-anticipated, long-awaited debut of the big boy Rico Hartman. That might be his nickname. If he gets through, I just like the big boy Rico Hartman, because he is big. 9 punches in the first minute, man. I think the super middleweight division hasn't seen something like this in a while. I think the super middleweight division hadn't seen something like this in a minute. Oh, baby. 26-0. How you like that for a first round? Is that a 10-8 or a 10-7? I'm almost discouraged that he didn't get a knockdown. He didn't throw a punch for like a minute. This man just didn't throw a punch for the first 4 minutes of the fight. Dude, Vic Roy. What? Honestly, round of applause. Round of applause for Vic Roy. I know you guys are like, wow, he's being really sarcastic right now. No. Like, you're doing your job. You're a 1-5-1 boxer. You are here to lose, right? This is a decorated amateur making his debut. You are here to stand there and let him hit you, and he is doing that. He is standing there and letting Rico Hartman hit him. Fantastic stuff from Vic Roy. Please continue. He almost won that round, but it didn't matter. Rico Hartman gets the knockout, and he's 1-0. And I expect a lot more where that came from. Speaking of a lot more where that came from, Dimash Sarnoy. I wish Dimash Sarnoy had a catchier, more marketable name, but you know what's marketable? His fists. I said as he's losing this fight, because of course he is. He's a heavyweight, and it's a 6-rounder. So this is just like a death sentence. Great. That's wonderful. We're going to pile on pressure for the rest of the fight. I feel like I don't have any other choice. Nice. We got a knockdown, and we're going to finish it here, right? No. And we lost. Wonderful. So Dimash Sarnoy is not going to be undefeated because of this BS little 6-round crap. He doesn't have great takes punishment, so you know what? That was going to happen anyway. But the man has a 90-inch reach. I mean, a brother really could have gone on stick and move there, couldn't he? I really could have gone on stick and move. Jose Luis Salili just got real lucky. That was 14 punch accuracy, but he has a 90-inch reach, right? Just stick and move. It's a 6-round fight. Stay safe. Note taken. He's got a 90-inch reach. Same thing with Rico Hartman. If he's got more 6-rounders, just stick and move. We don't need to do anything else. Look, Kareem Ramos can stick and move if he was losing this fight, but he's not. He's winning it, so we're going to pile on. Ramos and Walker. Bruh. Jab and move. Just stay safe. We're winning the fight. Fantastic. See, we should have gone on jab and move in the heavyweight fight with Sarnoy. We really should have. We should have gone on stick and move. We made a terrible decision. Morales versus Argumendo, which is, of course, Spanish for argument. Everyone knows that. Morales. Continuing to dominate. Dude, he's good. The Florida man. Florida man Fred. All right, you're getting the nickname. You're officially Florida man Fred. He maybe deserves a little more dignified of a name than that, given that he's literally like the first fighter we ever signed who I think has the potential to be undisputed. Although Tony Seals could do it. But I mean, like... Fred Morales very well could be our first undisputed fighter. And we're going to give him the name Florida Man. Florida Man. Confirmed nickname. I would say that I mess with Florida, but I like, Florida has kind of fallen off since I used to go there when I was a kid. I feel like there's a lot more crazy people there. It's not that there weren't crazy people there before, but it was just Florida. Now I feel like it's a little bit more of like a hive for weird stuff. It's one of those states that's basically like acting like a country, and the governor thinks they're a dictator. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into politics. But Texas, Florida, Eric Adams in New York City. The last, 3 New York City mayors. I mean, although New York is a playground for billionaires, so you kind of have to be that way if you're a New York City mayor. Job 1 is billionaire relations, apparently. All right, I'm going to stop whining about politics. You guys want to watch Boxing Manager. Keenan DeRocha versus Carlos Mata. I was thinking about giving Keenan DeRocha a fun nickname as well. Before I went off on Florida. Keenan DeRocha. I love Florida, though. I'm looking forward to GTA 6. A lot of my favorite childhood memories are from there. The wildlife is awesome if they can manage to conserve it. I mean, that's one of the things. Like, uh, liberal and conservative aren't the words they used to be. Here I go on politics anymore. But like, if you're a young person from Florida, whether your family is conservative, whether your family is liberal, like, please just do something for wildlife conservation. So all like the animals and those natural. I mean, already so much of the natural beauty of Florida has been destroyed by, development. It's just sad. But I'm looking forward to GTA 6. Hopefully GTA 6 actually like spreads some awareness about how beautiful of a state Florida actually is, because there's going to be some really obviously beautiful shit in GTA 6. That's going to be a gorgeous game. And where was the next guy who's going to fight? DeRocha. KO Keenan? Maybe? KO Keenan DeRocha? I mean, it writes itself. Right? It's real simple. But I mean, he literally only has knockouts, man. It could be corny as you want to, but he's got nothing but knockouts. He wins every fight by knockout. Let's go. We've given you the nickname KO. Make sure that it's not too soon. I mean, he can get knocked out. Look at that. Look at that. Living up to it. 13 wins in the career of Keenan DeRocha, 13 knockouts. Round 1. We put the nickname on him, 27-2. 5 power punches to 0. Blew him away. Frankie Edwards versus Paul Vera. Maybe a little bit of a dangerous fight. The chin on Vera is a little suspect. Let's look for the KO with Psycho Frankie Edwards. He does not look for the KO. He almost gets KO'd. Natural style. Pretty even round. Another pretty even round. A good round there from Edwards. Another good round from Edwards. Let's jab and move. Not great stuff. Go to the booty. Come on, bruh. What is Frankie Edwards doing? He needs to just natural style and needs to land some punches. That's a big knockdown from Frankie right there. We're going to go on fast because this is kind of a crazy fight. Always gets interesting when you're fighting a Mexican. It just always seems to get interesting, doesn't it? That's what I love this game. Why does this game reflect that so well? How come the Mexican fighters are so freaking nasty? How come the Mexican fighters are so hard to beat? It's just like real life. Do we jab and move? What do we do? We don't have any punch accuracy. No, we're a power puncher. So we can't rely on volume, really. I think maybe we go to the body. Nah, it's too you know what, natural style. We're better than him. Just win the round. We can't rely on volume. We've got to do something. I might go for broke in round 10. It's Frankie Edwards, right? Oh my god. Frankie, can you not get teed off on, buddy? He's getting lit up. This fight might get stopped. Vera's pouring it on. What was that? I mean, we have no recourse now. There's nothing else we can do. We've only won 3 rounds out of the 10. We're not going to win it on the cards. We literally have no options. I guess we're just going to go for broke. It looks like Frankie Edwards' undefeated record is staring doom in the face as Vera just backs us up against the ropes. He's going to get the finish here. I have no doubt about it. Edwards needs to actually step on the gas. He has no gas to step on. Gets a couple shots in. It's not going to be a KO. Another big shot, and Vera responds right back with the same. And that's a pretty emphatic win there for Paul Vera. He takes Frankie Edwards to 0. Now, I don't think Frankie Edwards was ever really going to stay undefeated for all that long, but that's a little disappointing. With those punch accuracy and especially with the 5 defense, yeah. Frankie Edwards wasn't going to stay undefeated forever. But, hey. Rios versus Milosevic. Man, Milosevic does not defend himself well. But Rios, as always, defending his undefeated record. As he's tended to do during his career, he is defending his undefeated record. Against a pretty mighty challenger in the always underrated cruiserweight division. Always underrated cruiserweight division. Working on speaking. Come on, bro. Jab and move. Yeah, use your punch accuracy. Don't let him hit you. Terrible. Oh, we got a knockdown. Never mind. He came back at the end of that round. He got a knockdown. He's in this fight. He's in this fight. I was about to give up hope after a good first round, and we're back even. Let's go natural style. See what Rios can do. Oh, man. It was an even round, and then Milosevic just went off, buddy. That was nuts. What do we do? I think we go back to jab and move because he's trying to tee off on us. We got to stick away from him. Yeah. And now we go to the body and try to even it up. I'm in strategy mode. No, I'm not in strategy mode anymore. We have to go for broke. Is Anthony Rios about to lose his undefeated record? Oh man. Oh man. I do not like this. I think we're going to smother inside in this round, which means we're definitely going fastest because we could just get smacked and knocked out of the clinch. Decent round. We wear him down, and it's got to be go for broke. And we just pray it works on the scorecards. We get a knockdown. What is this fight going to be scored? 94-93, 95-93. We escape. Anthony Rios. The escape of a lifetime. What an escape for Mr. Anthony Rios. My goodness. How did he get out of that? He was down so bad on the scorecards. I got to digest what I just watched. Those last 2 rounds on no energy. From the smother inside to the go for broke. We smothered inside right here, took out most of his energy, go for broke, get the clutch knockdown. It's 2 knockdowns from Rios. Big power, still undefeated. Oh, man. I'm telling you, the cruiserweight division is underrated. It is fun. Light heavyweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight, just bangers. All those weight classes just give you banger after bangers fights. And this is a crazy welterweight fight right now between Gabriel McCreary and, yes, that is the real Demetrius Johnson. Ignore that he's 5'11", 79.8 inch reach. Good first round for McCreary, who took some disappointing losses early in his career. I wonder how many were 6-rounders. I barely count 6-round losses. That was not great. Cover up. Stick and move. There we go. Jab and move. Stick it. Stick it. Yeah. Stick it. Yeah. Stick it. Stick it. Yeah. Cover it up. What is that? What is that garbage? What is that trash? There we go. Good, 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 good. Give me another regular round so he doesn't knock us out. Of course, he gets the last of his energy out. It's a very even fight here, I think. It could be 5-5. It's 5-4 us. And we're going to pile on pressure. And I want to see McCreary actually do that. I'm not happy with that. And we lost the fight because of it. Did we? No. No, we escaped by the skin of our teeth. Wow, we got outpunched. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think we won the fight, but that definitely wasn't enough in the last round. That was a very narrow split decision for Gabriel McCreary there. But you know what? He's still a contender. He's still up there. If he gets ranked opposition, don't be surprised. And here is the main event of the evening. Don't be surprised if you see this run back in the future for a title, by the way. That could very well happen. That on the canvas by Foster. But you know what? In order to get on the canvas, he's got to get knocked down, and that's not necessarily guaranteed. Andre Foster, 21-1. You got to figure Tony Seals is a slight betting favorite here, but I'm fascinated by this matchup. Tony Seals also one of our better fighters, defending his undefeated record. Here we go. First round. Big round by Seals so far. Decent work back by Foster. Uh-oh, Foster taking the lead here. Back against the ropes by Foster, but Seals starts to land. Big shot through the defense there. Big round for Foster. Okay. Is jab and move in order? We are very much a jab and move fighter in Tony Seals. We aren't bigger than him, though. I think we're just going to stay on natural style and trust Tony to try to find his range. That might not happen, though. Foster still landing. A cut over Seals' eye. Foster definitely has the range on us, and we don't have it on him. We need something to get inside. Smother inside, pile on pressure, something. I don't know, man. I'm kind of puzzled here. I think we have to stay. I think we have to go to the body. I think we almost don't have a choice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. We have to force Seals to find his range against the larger fighter, but he's taking big shots. He's got to use his defense here a little bit. It's not happening. It's big damage from Foster. This might be about to get stopped. And Foster stops it. Tony Seals loses his undefeated record to Andre Foster. This is a tough, tough game, bro. It's the size. We might want to move Tony Seals down. We might want to move Tony Seals down in weight, no? Maybe 5'9" is just a little small for a middleweight nowadays. Because we just couldn't find our way in on Andre Foster. Andre Foster just landed on us at will. You're telling me that won't happen again against the very best in the division? I don't think so. I think we might need to investigate a weight change down after that. I think we maybe keep him in the division for one more fight, but we also need to clear our better fighters out of this division. We have too many middleweights, man. And he can be as good as he wants, but with that takes punishment. He's going to take more punishment at middleweight, no? Yeah. It says some negative on stamina and resistance. I don't know. I don't know what a change down would do. I'm kind of afraid to risk it. I think it would be a more extreme thing. That's a tough loss for Seals, especially because we had a title fight we could have taken other than that. But who says that would have gone any better? I mean, my point still stands about Tony Seals. He's small. He has to get inside against those larger fighters, and he doesn't take punishment well. And his intelligence is only a 9, which that's one of the ones you don't teach. That's one of those ones that you can't train up. So, you know, Tony Seals, Andy Fitch, they're getting questioned right now. They're being asked big questions at the top of this middleweight division. It's a hard division. Who knows? We might not have a champion until either Fred Morales comes up, until one of these young heavyweights we just signed comes up. I hate to be a doomer, but that's how I feel right now. We've got fights this week. Let's do our fight first. Oh, the Buffalo Boy. Defending that belt that he won in that big upset, that super welterweight belt. Okay. We're going to go to our show. It's Max Rice versus Antonio Fonseca for the North American Super Flyweight Championship. And Andy Fitch versus Adolfo Toronto. I'm just going to say Toronto, man. I know it's probably Taranto. But Fitch, he's also a small middleweight. I mean, I don't know, man. This game is what it is. Once you get up to those top levels, losing is part of the territory. It's not like I haven't had fighters lose their first fight up at that contender status and they continue to go on and win championships. Tony Seals and Andy Fitch are a long way from being cut from this promotion. A long way. And so is Gabriel McCreary. They're going to have to lose more. Like, just genuinely. Rios is a mile away. It would take so much for me to cut Rios. Rios might be our best hope for a championship right now. He's getting lucky. I hate to say it. You shouldn't say that about a fighter, but he is. He's had a lot of luck in the ring so far. Cizeni. He's got some wins under his belt, man. He's fought some dudes. The cruiserweight division really is loaded. The cruiserweight division really does have a lot of dudes in it. Allison versus Jeter. Jeter sucks. Something I never thought I'd say. Go Yankees. That guy outside agreed with me. And it's a knockdown from Jeter Allison. Uh-oh. Did he just get KO'd? He just got KO'd by that dude. I wasn't even that locked into that fight. Uh-oh, Allison. That might be the worst fighter we've ever lost to. Isaac Allison with 2 losses. His chin is weak. Man, he's huge for a super welterweight. He's got a ton of skill. He's got a ton of accuracy. I'm going to keep this guy just because of his skill set, but we need to frickin' stick and move with this dude because he's just getting knocked out at random. His chin is his weakness very clearly. We've already discovered. It's a good thing we discovered it early instead of late. He's going to have more chances, but if he goes to 3-3, like, it's going to be hard for me to keep him. I need to stop watching these fights on fast. Close round 1. Going on fastest now. Stop wasting your guys' time. There we go. Big round for Lopez. Bigger round for Lopez. Can we keep piling on? even. Ruiz ahead. Ruiz ahead even more. What a round for Lopez. And Lopez takes that fight. That was a pretty easy win there for Lopez. Pretty lopsided. Ruiz put up a decent effort, but that was kind of a gimme there for Emmanuel Lopez. Hopefully he gets some XP from that. Garcia, other XP boosting fight, but we gave him this good opponent here in Ramiro Rodriguez from Oyster Bay, New York. It's a good first round. It's a good second round for Rodriguez. Mr. Double R. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble? Oh, this is an in-house fight, really? I didn't even notice that. I don't know. Rodriguez is our guy? Wow, see that I guess that can happen. Well, that's interesting. I'm not going to make too big of a deal out of it. Somebody's getting fraud checked. You'd figure it'd be Rodriguez, but unfortunately it looks like Oscar Garcia is at risk. But I'm not going to modify anybody's instructions. Y'all just go out there and do it. Just go out there and fight. Here. Have fun. Go for broke. Is the other guy going to go for broke? Everybody go for broke. Let's go. Get it on. Yeah. Rodriguez. Well, very good first fight for Ramiro Rodriguez, who at the beginning of this fight I didn't even realize was our fighter. They told me in the middle of the fight that he was signed to a contract with us, and I'm impressed. Good work. He beat a guy, previously undefeated prospect I was excited for, albeit he was only 2-0, and that's an impressive first-round win for Jose Edwards. Lamont Williams against Henry Bali, looking to move up his way up in the featherweight division. Good first round for Bali from France. And we're down 3 rounds to 0, and we're going to have to go to the body. Nice. I'm going to go from go to the body to smother inside, see if that works. Not that well. Let's just do natural style. Can we jab and move this dude? I'm sick of how much damage we're taking. Yeah, let's jab and move for 1 round, see if we can do damage. That's what I like about jab and move. There's an off chance to do a little damage, but nah, not there. We're going to have to... Nah. Let's natural style. We'll go to the body next round and then go all out or something. Go to the body. We've dropped too many rounds. He's landing too much on us. That's good work right there. We need to pile on pressure here in round 10. Good round. Is that enough to win? Yeah, a draw seems kind of right there. It's tough for Lamont Williams, but that's a draw. Henry Bali, decent fighter, put up a decent fight. That 20 takes punishment just helped him stand in there. He has better defensive skills than us, and our punch power never really found a home. And we couldn't crack his chin. A lot of things went wrong in that fight, but Lamont Williams' record doesn't necessarily suffer for it. Just gains a little dash next to it called a draw. Flores versus Figueroa. Flores, good knockdown. Excellent job there from David Flores. Really fantastic stuff. And it's Andy Fitch versus Adolfo Taranto. And Taranto just beats up on Fitch, man. If Fitch wants to get back to that title level, that kind of thing can't happen in first rounds. And, I mean, I'm kind of scared to go on jab and move, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to put it on fastest because I just don't have the nerve to watch Fitch get knocked out. It didn't happen. We're going to go cover up for 1 round. Oof. Man. Oh, boy. I'm going to go for broke. You know what, Andy? You already lost. This would be an embarrassing fight to lose again. This would be a bit of a fraud check for Andy Williams. He needs to lay it all on the line. Let's go. Let's go. Prove to me you're a contender, Andy. Prove to me you're a damn contender, Andy Fitch. And that go for broke work. That unlocked this little thing called talent. I flicked the switch on the flick the switch. And Andy Fitch is still a middleweight contender. And we've got a belt to win here. Could this be? Wait, no, we've had a regional champion before. Andy Fitch is still the regional champion, no? Yeah. Our second belt. Our second regional belt. And it's Max Rice. The grit grinder of the promotion up against Antonio Fonseca. This should be a battle. Fonseca with a good start. Looking to keep his belt. Rice. Good first round. Fonseca down in the round. Rice back ahead. Good first round by Max Rice. Probably a narrow win. Good first round by both combatants. Fonseca getting out to a lead in the second. Punished back by Rice, but Fonseca now landing big shots, quick shots back by Rice. Quick hands on both these fighters. A good double jab by Rice there. Lots of damage landing. Big one right through Fonseca's defense. Fonseca shot right through the middle. The game says it's a Fonseca round. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I'm going to pile on pressure. I think Rice was still doing a lot of work. I think we're both damaged. I think it would be smart to create more pressure and more chaos. We are the more energetic fighter. Let's use that advantage. Max Rice. Good start to the round. He doesn't have ring position, but he's winning the Battle of the Fists, which, in case you haven't been paying attention, this is Boxing Manager, and winning the Battle of the Fists is rather important. We're going to go to the body. That might not be the best decision. I maybe should have just stayed on natural style. That would have been more in the flow of the fight, I feel, in hindsight now. But we need to get his energy down. If we can go right back to piling on pressure, we can go to natural style next round if we want to. I feel in control of this fight weirdly. It's a slow round. This would be a tough one to call if you were a judge right now, but we're way ahead on energy, so I'd favor us to take over in the second half of the fight here. Another slow start to this round. There hasn't been much going on these last couple rounds. I just don't... Very good stuff there from Max Rice. It's another slow round, but it is what it is. Let's smother inside. Just try to waste the last of that energy going fastest. Nice. Nice stuff. Pile it on, Max. We got half energy. He's got nothing. There we go. Just chase that win. Chase that North American Super Flyweight Championship. And new North American Super Flyweight Champion, the Bridgewater Massacre, Max Rice. It's a terrible nickname. The Bridgewater Massacre. What's a better nickname for Max Rice? Twice as nice, Max Rice, dude. Twice as nice, Max. Twice as nice. No, it doesn't work either. All right, we'll keep looking. We'll keep looking for a nickname for Max Rice, but he just got a belt. But he just won a belt. Did he? He didn't win a belt? For what? I thought he won a championship. This dude wasn't the North American title holder? Am I tripping? You know what? He's the champion in my heart. Whatever. I thought that was for a belt. That's why I put it at the top of the card. I thought that was for a title. I have no idea what championship that was for. But whatever. I mean, that terrible nickname I gave him isn't going to stick either. Oh, we missed Gilberto Gomez. Well, Gilberto Gomez is and still. Big shock. Big shock. Gilberto Gomez is not going to fall at 28 now. Sean Steele took him to points. Man, look at this guy. Look at this dude. Number one. Number one. He was number one. See, he's small for a lightweight, so I don't know what Andy Fitch or Tony Seals' problems are. This is boxing. What's your excuse? I'm too short. Manny Pacquiao. All right? Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Mike Tyson was 5'10", bro. He's the man is alive. And Gilberto Gomez is 5'4". So you know what? Get off your ass. Oh, I'm too short. Shut up. Shut up. Stop it. We're not going to watch that one. Osoros versus Sanya Sabio. I feel like these dudes have fought a few times. Let's see here. This is not the first time these men have fought. It's the second. First time it was a KO3. I'm not particularly enraptured by this, even though I like the heavyweight division. Sorry, the cruiserweight division. I do like the heavyweight division, though, too. And a lot of our fighters are injured for some reason. That's really interesting. I wonder how that happened. I wonder why Tony Seals is injured. Maybe it's because he got knocked out. That could be it. Cotrill lost to Lessman. There's just, hey, contender status. Nobody. There are contenders and there are undefeated contenders. And we have a lot of contenders and we don't have a lot of undefeated contenders. Let's be real here. It's really just Rios at this point who could be described that way. But there could still be belts in our future, and a good idea probably after we schedule these next couple events, because all of our fighters are going to be free in just 2 weeks here would be to do some amateur scouting. Because that is a great way to get new top level fighters in. I think a lot of our most promising fighters are new fighters who we just signed recently out of the amateurs. Sarnoy already has a loss, but he's incredibly promising. Ramiro Rodriguez, who I didn't even know we had signed. But who are really special? Thomas Young from New York. I mean, the intelligence might hold him back. Rico Hartman is really the guy I'm talking about. I'm a big Rico Hartman guy. Jose Edwards, Kareem Ramos. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Frankie Edwards has had a special start this year. Fred Morales is really the guy I'm partial to in terms of being a future champ. That's the guy I've always had pegged for it. But Tony Seals is also a very special fighter. It's a shame that he lost, but he's got a very good skill set. That takes punishment's the only thing that holds him back. But we'll see. We will see when our grand champion arrives. Our grand champion. The grand champion of the arena. The chosen warrior. That's what this game is about. That's what this game is about, finding. This game is about finding the chosen warrior. Of 1,000 generations. Raymond Pena low-key kind of sick with it. Honestly. Super tall, lightweight. Not super tall, but tall. For a lightweight. Punching. High key, my height. High key, average American male height. Punching, punch power. Punch accuracy, punch power. Mid aggression, which I love. He cuts easy. That's about it, and his chin isn't great. But I have decently high expectations for Ramiro Pena. I'm not gonna level up his dirtiness. It's pointless. Level up. Teach him to elbow people more. Teach him to spit on people, bro. That's how a real boxing trainer rolls. Now, one more week. I want Seals to open up. I still feel like it's weird how little ability I seem to have to upgrade my fighters. I want to upgrade my fighters more. Dwayne Little wins Fighter of the Year. Good for him, man. Dwayne Little. Look at that. Look at the skill set. He won Fighter of the Year. So if you don't want to believe in our guys, I mean, you know, there's a lot of fighters with flaws in this game out here making really awesome careers. He's still a WBA champion. I mean, he's only the WBA champion. They gave him Fighter of the Year. I mean, he beat Mehdi Yusupov twice. Man. You can't say anything about it. Amazing stuff. Dwayne Little, Fighter of the Year. So we've got a few fighters here to do contracts for. Cotrill. I'm a little disappointed by that loss to Lessman. I think he kind of got fraud checked. He's got 2 more fights. I'm not going to give him an extension yet. I'll give him another fight. I'm not going to give him an extension. Steve Irvin. The chin is weak, but he's unnerving Steve Irvin. I'll give him a 3 fight. Just compromise. We'll go right after his next fight. It'll go right back to his contract almost being up. That's how unsure I am. I want to see. If he loses, we have questions to ask. McCreary I'm willing to stick with. McCreary is so talented outside of that takes punishment. A couple losses in 6-round fights. Actually, all 3 losses coming in 6-round fights. Since he started fighting 10-round, 8-rounders, he's undefeated. And he's got 12 knockouts. And he just beat Demetrius Johnson in a pretty slick tactical fight. So I'll give him a 5-fight extension. I like Gabriel McCreary. And Max Rice, who I thought just won a North American championship, he didn't. But we are going to give him a new 5-fight contract. I don't see Max Rice leaving this promotion anytime soon. Win or lose, I think we're sticking with always nice Max Rice. I got no clue, man. I got no clue on one. There's so many M nicknames. There's so many rhymes with nice nicknames. Sorry, rhymes with rice. Rhymes with ice or vice or lice. The head lice, Max Rice. They're getting worse. The nicknames are somehow getting more and more dreadful. We will find a good one. Nicknames are not a high percentage game. It's like baseball, all right? It's not like boxing. You're going to get most of them wrong. Right? Most of them don't stick. Fast. Radzabov versus Dominga. Dominga. They trade rounds. Good round for Radzhabov. Good round for Domingo. Very even, back and forth. Just extremely even fight here for the featherweight title. Ronald Domingo, an incredibly talented fighter. He takes the lead in that round. He might have a narrow lead. This is a very close fight. Great round for Domingo there. Oh, and he gets the TKO. Wow. I don't know what happened there. Wait, what happened? Radzhabov defended? How did he win the fight? There must have been some issue. Oh, it was the cuts. Wow. Look at all the cuts on Domingo. He was winning the fight, and the doctor stopped the fights because of his cuts. Wow. I have never seen that before. What a crazy episode this has turned into. Yeah, that's right. Ronald Domingo did fail to take the titles. You are right. I mean, he was ahead on every scorecard. And Radzhabov, I have to see how easy Ronald Domingo. 19 cut tendency. There it is. Ugh, that is a heartbreaker. He's still the Asian champion, but he'd be a two-belt world champion. Man, that's tough. All right. Me thinks it's high time for us to schedule these fights, and I think that should be the end of another episode. I don't know. I might make this a super long one because I don't feel like we're that close to title contention anymore. I might just keep going and keep recording and do another marathon episode. I'm really into this game anyway. Seals can rematch Taranto. I honestly, I kind of like that. Oh, no. He beat... never mind. Taranto lost to Fitch. I'm stupid. Who did Seals lose to? Seals lost to Foster. That's right. And he can't fight Foster again. He's got Damon Molina. That's a ridiculous fight to take. But that's you know what, man? We want to skip the line. I mean, it's not like Tony Seals isn't still going to be good, and this is going to be a sick fight. Remember, Damon Molina was that fighter from New York who was, I believe, the champion. I feel like he was a welterweight champion. Let me see here. No. He was a two-belt middleweight champion. He beat Rastgar Wood for the title and then lost it to him, and has been trying to build back ever since. He lost to Gun Crusher, who is just... It's so awesome that Gun Crusher is still a factor in this division at 24-9, 16 knockouts. The best name in the game. And look at that. Look at the giant losing streak he went on to start before he built himself back up. What a career for Gun Crusher, who's now up at super middleweight. He changed weight up. I feel like it's kind of crazy that we haven't had a weight change on any of our fighters, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't had any fighter where it really screams at me. It could happen here with Tony Seals. I might need to see a few more losses here. We're going to test him again against a really mighty fighter in Damon Molina here. Mainly because I want to make money. And let's have this thing at the... Nah, T-Mobile Arena is really expensive. Let's do... Wait, wholesale ticket price? Is there a place with a wholesale ticket price that isn't expensive? The Oakland Arena, where even is that? 32... Sorry, no. Now we're at a point where it's not enough money. Let's do the Little Caesars Arena, 22,000. I feel like that's kind of a fun compromise. Let's do that, because it also has an inherent ticket price that we can boost off of. Seals versus Molina, big main event. And Fitch now has the fight against Husseinov, and he can avenge Foster. So that's a second event. That's a whole other can of worms. Cotrill needs a get-back win. And the heavyweight division. David Flats, that's an in-house fight. You know what? I kind of wanted to do... I did want to do Cotrill versus Flores. Here's Deshaun Keys. We know how dangerous he is. Who is Sharvis Love? Top 75? Not a smart fighter. Big punching. Does Benegas want to fight us? He's undefeated. Yeah, he's too good. He'll probably beat us. I think the Cotrill versus Flores in-house matchup. Can we make 3 cards here? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make 3 main events. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm just going to make 3 different main events. And then we're going to put the other fights in them. Okay? Let's have fun right now. Let's book... At least we're going to book Cotrill versus Flores. Big in-house fight in 4 weeks, and we're going to have it in the New York Dome, of course. Big in-house clash. Man, that's going to be awesome. The ultimate heavyweight fraud check. We're going to learn something. We are going to learn something from this. I want to see these two match up against each other. I really do. We'll break it down further when the day comes, but man, that's going to be a fun heavyweight tilt that we have been sitting on for a long, long time. Now that Seals versus Fitch fight is definitely not going to get made anytime soon. Again, I want it to happen for a title, but I still would like it to happen. Do not doubt me. I still would like it to happen. Now, I think Fitch, he's still early in his career, and I still like jumping at opportunities like these on Fitch. He's not so many fights into his career like Seals. Let me charge my computer. He's not so many fights into his career like Tony Seals is. So I would more so jump at a chance against Usainov like this. And is this maybe because I regret not going after him with Tony Seals? And am I probably about to get myself put in a situation where I should have taken the Seals fight and now Seals has lost to Foster? So I chase him with Fitch and lose that chance too? But you know what? Usainov is going to still be there for Seals to beat or for Fitch to come back and rebuild himself up. If I don't sound that confident in this fight, it's because I'm not really. But it's a big opportunity, and Fitch has a lot of power, and he's a good pressure fighter. He's the smaller fighter in terms of audience. But this is a 2-belt world title fight. I really can't say no. I really can't resist. The flick of the switch, man. Remember what he did last time? Remember what he did last time. We're going to Bulgaria, baby. This fight is going down in his home turf. We're going out to Bulgaria for the middleweight championship of the world. Is this game not crazy? Is this game not an absolute hoot? See, 3 weeks in a row, we got the in-house Cotrill versus Flores, Fitch going to Sofia, Bulgaria for the middleweight championship, and then Seals versus Molina. Oh, man. How you like that? Show after show after show. The glory on display. And let's just add some fights. Rios. Let's have him in the longest time that we can. I don't know why Rios doesn't get good opponents. He's beating everybody up and they just don't rank him up. He should be getting he should be ranked by all the belt organizations. He keeps winning. It wasn't the most impressive win last time, but he should have somebody better than these guys to fight. But you know what? This is the best option. I almost feel lucky to be fighting this guy. No. I want to add to the shows, man. Come on. How do I add to... I don't understand. Yo, why am I confused? Wait. All shows. I wanted to put it in the longest time. Here we go. Okay, good. So Rios versus this guy is going to go... Okay, cool. Cool. Right. I like that screen. That screen lets me make decisions. Micro Man. Why is he on the menu then? We can't fight him. Why is he there? Then don't show him to me. We don't have the number 4 guy. Steve Irvin can't even fight anybody in the top 100. Hirati Curry is number 28 in Africa. This guy's ranked in Uzbekistan. This guy's only ranked by the belt organizations that have heard of him. That's so he might be good. No, he might actually be good. All right, what other big fighter do we have to throw on a card? McCreary. I don't mind McCreary fighting kind of soon. I don't mind McCreary versus Salazar. That's okay. Let's put that on the Cotrill card. Let's put Morales on the Cotrill card as well. Let's give Gabino Vasquez. Then why is he there? If I can't fight him, then why are you listing him? Eduardo Guzman is the highest ranked guy we can fight. So we'll also put him on the Cotrill Flores card. Rice versus Francisco Ibgos. That's kind of a fun fight, and he's ranked by a few organizations. So we'll put that on the Cotrill Flores card as well. I feel like this one's too loaded up now, though. We got to put somebody with some appeal, and there really is no... Oh, here's Randy Dale. I forgot about Randy Dale. All right, yeah, let's put Edwards on this card. Hold up. We need a get-back win for Edwards. I want somebody easy. There we go. It's the Fitch Usainov, right? Yeah. Also, I mean, it's tough to convince fighters to go over to frickin' Bulgaria, you know? Most fighters want to stay at home, so the better fighters aren't going to go over to Bulgaria. Let's see. Region. Henry Burt. Garth Blackie. Chris Watson. Let's do Chris Watson. Williams versus Watson. And then the other Williams, Jose Williams. Jose Berto. Dude, that's a banger. That's a banger. That should have been the second top one, but this one's for the real fans. This one's for the real fans. Is this 4 fights on the card? Yeah. Let's add a fifth. Let's add Kareem Ramos. Just give him the gift of KO Kareem. Oh no, sorry, it's not KO Kareem. It's not KO Kareem. It's KO Keenan. I'm racist. Kareem versus Alvaro Abando, Salamanca, Mexico. And we're going to put... Where was I going to put Randy Dale? I was going to put Randy Dale on that really understaffed card, basically. Let's just put him on Seals Molina. How much is on Seals Molina? We've only got 4 fights. Okay, good. That was the right card to put it on then. And let's also put Rico Hartman on that card against some bad fighter. There we go. Man, Rico Hartman has some talent to him, man, doesn't he? He can be a special fighter. Let's round that card out with Keenan DeRocha. Ooh, he's got a big ranked fight. Okay. Keenan DeRocha with a fight against ranked opposition. I'm very excited for that. Put that on the Seals Molina undercard at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. And then what other fights do we have? All shows. Fitch Husainov only has 5 fights on it. Raymond Pena. David Horner. And I think I'm going to cut it off here and keep these events at, around 5, 6, and then book one more event later. And call it an episode because I am tired of talking. Seals versus Molina. Cotrill versus Flores. We got 2 more fights. Let's put some kids on here. Allison needs a comeback fight. That guy has 19 losses. You can't possibly lose to him. You suck if you do. Oh, I put that on the wrong one. I put that on the... Sorry, you're going to Bulgaria. Sorry, bro. Booked you on the wrong card. You're off to Bulgaria. We'll do Thomas Young versus Jake Derbyshire. Another easy win for Thomas Young. I'm just going to... Thomas Young's from New York. All right, I'm loading up his record. Here, hometown fight. And one more on that card. Let's get Cernoy. I'll come back over Benito Flores. And there you go. Oh, never mind. I've sent him to Bulgaria too. Bro, I am tripping. I must be tripping. What did I take this morning? Hassan versus McCullough. Megan to get... dude, not... No. No. I'm not trying to pronounce that name. There we go. 6 rounds. 6 fights, dude. See? I'm just tired of talking. Words aren't coming out right anymore. Don't even know if I'm going to be able to pronounce Benavidez at this point. Cotrill versus Flores. There we go. Nice. I didn't send you to Bulgaria either. Gonna have a 9-fight card in Bulgaria. Watch. Ramiro Rodriguez here. No. He always has to fight ballers. Yeah, exactly. There. Just set him up for failure. Ahmad Hilton. Dude, why are these guys all ridiculous? Dude, there's some crazy 0. Okay, we got to go scout. There's some insane 0-0 fighters. Some of these guys have to be unsigned. What is this, the heavyweight division? Good lord. We got to sign some of these dudes. Be back in a minute. I'm completely distracted by what I'm seeing here. Do you see some of these heavyweights we can sign him up to fight? Bro. All right. When we come back, we're doing a scouting mission. Are you kidding me? Did you see some of those heavyweights? Where are they? Let me at them. Are they here? Are there actual... bro. Yeah, okay, there's some heavyweights down here, man, who can punch. All right, okay, yeah, we got some work to do. All right, time for this scouting session, and I am pumped for this one. 2 state-of-the-art gyms. I might even open another gym if there's too many fighters, because I saw some pretty decent-looking fighters here. Salinas 8-6 amateur record. Nah, don't like the low intelligence, low dedication. He'd be a really good fighter otherwise. I saw most of the good fighters at the bottom of the list. Jamel Webster from Akron, Ohio. Tall fighter, long reach, old starter. Bad defense, bad takes punishment, bad chin is a bad mix at heavyweight. Dustin Morero doesn't have much punching power, isn't aggressive, and doesn't have a good chin. His intelligence and stamina also aren't anything to write home about, but he had a good amateur record. I think we're a little empty at super light also. Now this is a good fighter, Tony Tovar. He might I wouldn't say he's undersized. He just has a short reach for someone 6'5". I'd expect at least an 80-inch reach for a 6'5" guy. But his ring IQ is high. He's a very accurate puncher. He takes punishment well, making up for the good chin, good conditioning, smart. Dedication's low. But this is the guy I'm closest to signing right now. Joe Louis Garcia from Brooklyn. Almost no question. I might immediately move this guy down. The lack of punching power, the lack of defense. I might just sign this guy and immediately move him down to cruiserweight. But Joe Louis Garcia is from Brooklyn, and he's getting signed. And he wants a manager with a title record. Good luck finding that. I mean, I'll actually move you into your proper weight class, bro. You don't want to sign with me? I'll put you in the right weight class to get you cooking. Crescendo Ruiz. What an awesome name for a heavyweight. He's just, it's just we're not signing him. He's not that good. I'm going to be picky, man. I'm going to be picky to save. Michael Quillen. This guy might not sign for us. It's a similar situation. I might move him down. He has less reason to move down. He's good defensively. He's got a lot of the intangibles. The conditioning's only a 9. And I love the 10 aggression. I actually really like this fighter. It's just the chin. It's just the chin that's short. Maybe we can move him down to cruiserweight. Hopefully he signs. He also wants a manager with a title record. So a lot of these good young amateurs, a lot of the best young amateurs, unfortunately still seem to not want to sign with us. I doubt this guy wants to come in. He's got bad stamina, but he's got 20s all over the shop. Miguel Caraway. No, yeah, shocking. So all these big heavyweights are not signing with us. Joseph Wenton. Who was that guy that we thought about signing earlier and then didn't? Was it Tony Tovar? Joe Louis Garcia rejected us, but Tony Tovar might be a good consolation prize at this point. He also wants a title. How do you want a title record? I don't think he's that good. Respectfully. Humberto Cantu. This guy will sign with us probably. He's terrible. We don't want to sign him. John Marquez. Big middleweight. Great. Another big middleweight. Like, do we move him up to super middle? Do we move him down? He's got good punch power. But he's got bad stamina. I mean, I'm just pissed he's another middleweight, but he probably will sign. Okay, he also wants... Wow, none of these young guys want to sign with us. We really need to go and do work in the... do more work in the amateurs. No way. This guy's incredible, but there's no way. Yeah, okay. That's one of the best fighters I've ever seen. He doesn't want to sign with us, though. This guy's perfect. This guy is literally a perfect fighter. This guy could be undefeated. It's a shame we can't sign him. Daryl Clark, he's got low IQ, low defense, which I don't love. Will he sign? Of course this guy will sign with us. Of course the guy with terrible IQ and terrible defense will sign right up. Jesse Thurman. Cruiserweight, Costillo Alexander. I'm good. Charles Graves, mid. So this has been a very unsuccessful scouting trip. Joaquin Haney, really tall, really small bantamweight rather. Really good amateur record, really good ring IQ. Maybe I move this guy down in weight. It's weird to move a smaller fighter down in weight. But I feel like bantamweight is a little too big for him. He might need to be a superfly. But can we sign him? No. Every decent fighter doesn't want to sign. This really sucks. Makes me kind of want to open a new gym. Brian Hernandez is a small cruiserweight. We could also move this guy down in weight. Can we sign? No. It's amazing. Every fighter who's even a little interesting to me doesn't want to sign. It's like a nightmare. Charles Thomas, middleweight, big middleweight, bad defensively. Some good intangibles. I just don't feel like he's going to sign with us, and I'm sick of middleweights. And that guy's not good enough to make me break that promise. And so there's pretty much nothing. Brian Salinas, I didn't want him. Wow. So there's nobody. That is kind of crazy. We can't sign anyone at all. I mean, all the good fighters won't sign for us. So I am just going to keep working and trying to win so that these guys... Next time there's a good crop of young fighters, somebody actually wants to come fight for us. This guy's got a ton of holes in his game. I just don't want him. No stamina, no chin. Tony Tovar didn't want to sign. Jose Luis Garcia didn't want to sign. I mean, maybe Crescendo Ruiz just because the name is funny. Does he want to sign with us? No. Like, it's crazy. They all want a manager with a title record. We haven't won a title. I mean, maybe when we win a championship, we can come back here. Like, this Fitch fight is for a strap, correct? I mean, Fitch. Fitch is fighting Usainov. So I guess if Fitch beats Usainov, we can come back and look at some of those guys. I doubt Tony Seals has... He can't fight right now at all. We have no fighters to book. So let's go look at amateurs. Let's just look at the amateur ranks and see who we can pick up. We only have a few amateurs right now signed to us, so we definitely need to sign more. Michael Sosa, decent guy from from West Haven, Connecticut. Low on boxing skills and mental attitude, which those aren't the two things I'd like you to be lacking in, to be exactly. But he is by far the most talented super heavyweight I've seen so far in looking, so note him down. Let's see if there's a heavyweight who sticks out to me more than him. Because all those heavyweights, and for us to get absolutely none of them is frustrating. So I'd love to secure a good amateur heavyweight here. Derek Vargas from New York, 6'7". He just doesn't have, he's not that good. He's got a lot of problems. Centro, no. Kevin Rios, no. I'm looking for somebody special. I'm looking for someone special. Michael Barrios, Andres Riley, Marlon Oliveira. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the only guy I see is that guy we saw before. Where was he? What was his name? Jesus. He was down here somewhere. No. 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 Wait, we're gonna have to... I forgot his name, so we're gonna have to look through all the heavyweights again. Rodolfo Morales is good at everything but physical conditioning here. It was Michael Sosa. A little bit of a small reach, but we'll sign him up. I can't believe Gervonta Williams still isn't ready. Jesus Cardo could be really, really good. It's just the physical conditioning. He's got a weird amateur record. Alright, let's keep looking. Look at Saddam Williams from Scottsdale, Arizona. Crazy welterweight. Basically everything but mental attitude. 20 resilience, 20 conditioning. So a physical freak of nature. A physical freak. This guy's got everything but power. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's not good. It could be one hell of a point fighter. So we might have two welterweights here I kind of am interested in and want to sign. Actually, because I don't mind. That guy's really good, except for the lack of power. Okay. So Saddam Williams is obviously job one, and we get him in. I don't know if we have enough to sign that other welterweight. But these could be important moments in the save. Clearly, we still aren't in a position to sign those really special top-level guys who come out of the amateurs. So this is a really good opportunity for us to find talent here. And find future talent, guys who may become stalwarts and centerpieces of the save. These could be some of those moments. Mike Owens. Manuel Edmonds, no sir. Eric Marquez. Good boxing name. I kind of like Eric Marquez just for the name, I can't lie. I'm keeping him in the back pocket. If he's the best lightweight, I might sign him. This guy, I don't like the low boxing skills, and I kind of like Marquez more. Again, mainly just for that boxing name. You got a boxing name that fresh, like it's probably a good sign. Let's be real. Like, Morales is the best lightweight. Marquez, rather. Getting my Manny Pacquiao opponents mixed up, and we don't have the points to sign him anyway. So whatever. His name can be whatever he wants. His name can be whatever he wants. You don't have the points to sign him. So that was definitely a disappointing scouting adventure. I'm almost kind of in disbelief. Um, what if we scouted at the larger gym? Hmm? What if we went to the larger gym and tried to sign up one of the good ones here? Let's try to find one of those really good young guys and see if they want to fight for us at this gym. Because I wouldn't want to make that mistake. Marquez is from New Jersey, but he's not the guy I would most prefer. Yeah, Antonio Diaz is absolutely disgusting. I think this is probably the guy I would want to sign over everybody else. And, oh, we did try to sign on MC Promotions. How about this one? No. Okay. So I think that's probably how it's going to go for all of them. I think that is probably how it's going to go for every single guy we look at. All right. Don't get it. All right, well, there's no hope. We're just going to keep simming. Keep on simming. And we do, in fact, have more events to do. Jake versus Gomez should be a pretty fun fight, too. That should be a pretty fun fight. And we are going to cut the episode off here. We have a few huge fights here coming up on our slate to start this next episode. Ling versus Carl. Michael Carl knocks out Ling, so this rivalry continues. We skipped that one by accident. They've traded victories at this point, Carl and Ling. Oh, and Tijan Mindy beats Adam Lovett by unanimous decision and takes all of his belts. That's a big upset. I didn't even notice all these title fights were happening. Sorry, guys. That's a shame. Adam Lovett loses that storied light heavyweight strap that he has won against Vital Tiranov, defended so valiantly. Tijan Mindy has come and snatched it away from him. Wow. And the light heavyweight division remains very, very interesting. Tijan Mindy out of nowhere. Never even heard of him. $58,000 for that fight. And now he has a 4-belt world champion. You see there Andy Fitch still at number 1. Not sure how interested I am in this fight. Not terribly. And then Luis Rodriguez against Kawabata. This is a rematch of one of the best fights ever, correct? Yeah, this is a rematch of an incredibly entertaining fight. So this should be a very fun end to the episode. I remember it was either their first or second fight that was an instant classic that we watched a few episodes ago. But Kawabata still looking for his first win over Rodriguez, who is the only man who has ever beaten him. He has 28 wins and 2 defeats, both to Luis Rodriguez, both by knockout. And Kawabata coming out with a vengeance in the first 2 rounds here, landing heavy damage on Rodriguez. Rodriguez managing to find his way into the fight in round 3. But he still hasn't taken a round, but the damage isn't really piling on here from Kawabata. He needs to add to it. He still isn't. Kawabata ahead in this fight, but Rodriguez very much still in it. And now they're going toe-to-toe. These fights are just always classics. These guys really go at each other. Every single time. Big punches from Rodriguez, who's still trying to come back. Kawabata has seen his early momentum slip away, and he's now the more injured fighter, the more damaged fighter. Now he lands a couple on Rodriguez, but Rodriguez right back. Quick jab from Kawabata. As I'm losing my voice, I said I was sick of talking. And I'm still talking. Kawabata now beating up on Rodriguez. He's really taken some anger out on Rodriguez. He really did not like those 2 losses, but Rodriguez now landing back, landing flushly, landing about 15 consecutive punches on Kawabata with no answer. And Kawabata basically just makes Rodriguez angry with those big flurries of punches and causes Rodriguez to hit him back. And now he's cut all over. Do not be surprised if the referee stops this fight because of these big cuts on Kawabata. He's so damaged, and he's taking more damage from Rodriguez. He gave it everything he had. It was another noble effort by Hiroki Kawabata, But right now, it looks like it's going to go to the wayside, whether it's on the scorecards or by KO, as Rodriguez has stormed back to take the lead in this fight very clearly, and Kawabata is going to need an incredible last round, but Rodriguez is just still piling on. He's absolutely relentless. He's going to get the finish here in round 12. And for the third fight in a row, Rodriguez has stopped Hiroki Kawabata in round 12. Wow, wow, wow. History repeats itself. 3 times. It's the same result every single time. Rodriguez chases down Kawabata in 12. The various results of effectiveness from the Kawabata side. And wow, man. That's incredible. That's frustrating. I doubt there's ever going to be a fourth fight. And Luis Rodriguez still only 25 years old and still only 17-0. But what a 17-0 it is. I wonder how long it's going to take for him to unify. And let's do one final check of all of the rankings before we end this episode. Even though I said I was going to end this episode several times before, I never can really decide when these episodes are going to end. Heavy. James Ray still the champion. Ramatswana still has 2 belts, but Ray and Ramatswana need to do this frickin' unification fight. Let's look down and see what's happening in the heavyweight division. Is anybody going to actually try to... No, Ramatswana is just defending his belts against O'Malley, and I don't even see a fight for Ray, who's chilling out being a 40-0 heavyweight champion of the world, I would imagine. Rankings. Cruiserweight, Orsos with 2 belts, and Agapito Abreu still undefeated with 2 belts out of the Dominican Republic. It's been that way for a while, and they still have not fought each other to unify. Light heavyweight Tijan Mindy, of course, has 4 of the belts, including the Ring Magazine. Dwayne Little, Fighter of the Year with the WBA, so a very interesting division. Also, Adam Lovett in the picture there. Ramiro Alim still in the picture there. Many, many great fighters in this division. Batal Tiranov, of course, who slid way down the rankings. But there's plenty. Mekdi Yusupov, who's way down the rankings. There's still plenty of incredibly entertaining fighters, even though Yusupov's chin is pretty much cracked. He could stand a move down to super middle, to be honest with you. Leonid Kapachev, great super middleweight champion, 21-1. Iliev holding the other belt. Mauricio Jake, who is going to fight Kapachev for 4 of those belts. Bondarenko. The super middleweight division is full of really, really talented fighters. Mike Romaine. There's a lot of really special fighters in this division. Don't you forget it. And middleweight we'll look at. Usainov and Donnelly still holding the belts. Andy Fitch, of course. Tony Seals down here in the top 10. Damon and Molina, Raskar Wood. We are intimately familiar with this division. Yusupov and Masso. Luis Masso, interesting fighter. Low defense, but an exciting pressure fighter. Large for a welterweight as well. Holds 2 of the belts. Crawley, Salinas, Prescott. A lot of fighters I'm unfamiliar with here in the super welterweight division. Welterweight division, we're a little more familiar with. Michael Carl and Ling. This Mexican fighter, Amperan, coming up the rankings here only in 17 career fights. 40-4 for Jared Kotzer, who we've looked at briefly before. Super lightweight. There's a few different champions. It actually looks like, wow, there are 4 different super lightweight champions. How about that? That surprises me. Paul Valenzuela. Randy Moreno Leones has the WBA belt. I wonder how long this is going to take to unify. Everaldo dos Santos. I mean, listen, if we want, that's a shame because we just had that great super lightweight prospect who didn't want to sign with us, remember? And this is such an easy division to get a belt in. I mean, you've got a guy with the IBF championship who's ranked 15th and 17th and not even ranked by the other organizations. So, I mean, who is this guy? How did he get the belt? Maybe one of the champions retired because I have no idea. He hasn't fought in a title fight either, but he's the IBF champion. So somebody must have retired and vacated the super lightweight title or moved up or down. Who knows? But Gomez is the undisputed lightweight title holder. We know that. We're all very well aware of that. And we will just continue to see who can maybe knock him off his perch here. It wasn't Sean Steele. The attempters will keep attempting, and maybe one day somebody will be able to get through and chop down the mighty Gualberto Gomez, but that has not happened as of yet. 2 champions in the super featherweight division, of course, Imai and also Radzhabov, who we've watched fight. That entertaining fight against Domingo, who we upset. And Takashi Imai, despite not having a great chin or great intelligence, is a 2-belt champion after beating an upset also over Elias Caballero. 2 poor defensive fighters squared off in that one. Remember that fight. Bantamweight, it's sore. Always has been. Maybe not always, but he lost it to Jordan Garvey and battled and got it back, and he's always really been the best in the division, so it was never surprising to see him climb back up to the top. Juan Solis, also an impressive undefeated fighter in the super bantamweight division. The bantamweight division, 3 champions. Somdej Kiatnawanshin from Bangkok, Thailand. Good luck with those, trying to pronounce some of those long Thai names. Roger Mascara, undefeated Colombian fighter. This is somebody who I've said consistently needs to chase undisputed, but he moved up from super feather to bantam to fight for the bantamweight title and immediately just took home the WBC. So I don't think this is really how it works in real life, but whatever. I kind of think 3 belt organizations, 3 of the belt organizations like you, and then you chase another division and the other one takes you. So I think he's in a good position to be undefeated. He's had belts from all the different organizations. Whew. What did you guys do? What did you guys do to get the police called on you? Carlos Diaz Burgos, 2 belts. Super flyweight, Reggie Quebec, and then Dao Chai have all the other belts. Correct. Look at Max Rice down there. Will Max Rice fight for a title one day? He has done really, really well for himself, putting himself in a respectable position in the division. Not if he has to fight this guy. This guy is a menace. And then flyweight, Cotto, more champions, Kokar and Rodriguez. Rodriguez, I would think, is probably the best of these 3, but I'd love to see any of these 3 fight. But Rodriguez and Kokar specifically would be an entertaining fight between 2 undefeated fighters. And then Fuchigami, the strawweight champion, beat Almeida. I'm trying to find... The strawweight division has been really interesting. There aren't really that many super good strawweight fighters yet. I'm kind of curious to see if there is really that demon of the strawweight division, that really super talented guy. Let's look through and see. It might just be a division that doesn't really have an obvious number 1, an obvious flawless champion at the moment. Valenzuela is pretty good other than the take punishment. He might get up there one day. I don't see anybody with a crazy... This guy's pretty good too. Intelligence and stamina lacking, but everything else popping off the page. Savico here, 14-2. I mean, it's not like there aren't some good fighters here, but I don't see anybody with that really explosive championship level, you know. Wow, I mean, this guy's like, look at how high ranked this guy is. He's not even that good. So who knows? Maybe if you have flyweights, move them down to strawweight, pick off some of the mediocre talent, because the strawweight division is not that good. Let's be real. All right, so fun episode. I'm finally going to end it. I know I've said I'm going to end this episode a bunch of times, but we have some huge fights on the next one, so stay tuned.